Hey everybody, what's happening? I hope you guys enjoyed your week. We're almost on to a whole nother week by the time you hear this. I'm excited about this episode. I've known this person I'm going to introduce you to for a very long time. I'm not going to waste any time. Welcome to the show, Miss Becca. Becca Douglas.
Hi, everyone.
Hey there, what's happening? Northridge alum, CSUN. What's happening with you? How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just pretty busy, but I had the day off today, which is awesome.
Most people do, the lucky ones.
And just chilling today.
Chilling, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with chilling. Chilling. How's the weather out there? She's in California, guys, just so you know.
It's actually pretty chilly. It's like I think it is. It's about 60.
Oh, 60. You know how cold it was out here. I mean, you would think we were in New England. It was 16 degrees. No, 14 degrees this morning with 12-mile-an-hour winds. You can do the math. That brought the temperature to that's probably the coldest I've felt since moving. It was like 3 degrees this morning, and I had to be on a rooftop, and I was like, oh, man. 60.
Yeah, I can't.
Man, I'd be out in shorts.
I don't think I can do it.
60 degrees, huh? Wow. Okay, Miss Becca. So, are you familiar with how the show works?
Just a little bit. I have listened to some of your podcasts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We like that. Cool. I don't have to explain too much to you. We spoke before, full disclosure, guys, before we got started. Again, very excited. I've known Becca for a long time. I will say it already. Yeah. She has a twin sister.
Yes.
You guys are identical twins, right?
Actually, fraternal. 8
You
minutes
are
apart.
fraternal.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, at first glance, you will think that they're identical. At least when I used to see you guys, before I knew you, I'd go, oh, identical twin. My dream as a young person, probably from watching too many 80s sitcoms, was it would be so cool if I had a twin brother. Oh, man. Like, I don't know if I think you agree, because you guys are best friends, aren't you?
Yes, we are. It's fun. It was pretty fun in high school.
I would imagine.
But it was lots of fun, and we're 8 minutes apart. She's first, and then I was second.
Why do I feel like I already knew that? You didn't tell me, but just personality-wise, I can kind of see that. I don't know why. She seems older than you, and I don't mean that as a knock, but either way. But yeah, cool stuff.
And she's a nurse. And she works in Santa Monica.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What company does she work for?
She works for St. John's Hospital. It's a Catholic hospital.
Oh,
She's been there for about 10 years.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Huh. Cool. Nice segue there. So we know what Jen does, her sister. But Miss Becca, what did you want to be when you were growing up?
I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Really?
Yes. The reason is because I really like the ocean, and we grew up going to the beach a lot. And so I would love to study the ocean, the animals in there, the rocks, the coral reefs, everything about it. But I never got the chance to. I think it was because it was such a long years of studying, and I just stopped. So I didn't pursue it.
I see. How old were you when you realized this isn't quite the route I want to take?
I think it was when I got into getting to know teaching. Actually, when I went to teach with my mom, she was a teacher. And then I said, you know what? I think I want to go to teaching.
How old were you?
I was, how old was I? My goodness. I don't want to say my age. Hold on a second. Thinking. I'm thinking. I think I was about, I would have to say 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12 years old. Yeah.
I
12, 13.
I
Mm-hmm.
see. What grade did your
Hmm.
mom teach?
First and second. First
Hmm.
and second grade. She taught for a long time with Los Angeles Unified School District.
What school? Like somewhere in the valley or?
Somewhere in the valley, somewhere in the San Fernando Valley.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Are you now? You guys aren't originally from the San Fernando
The,
Valley, right?
no, no, we grew up in La Crescenta.
Ah, okay.
La Crescenta, Glendale. That's where
Gotcha.
we grew up. Hmm.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes.
But ethnicity wise, you guys are, I forget,
We were, dad's Italian and mom's from Ecuador in South
Ecuador. I
America.
don't know why I wanted to
Yes.
say Costa Rican. Okay, Ecuador.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. That's,
Cool.
that's how I learned Spanish from, mom's side.
I remember, I don't, it had to be at the gym. I remember hearing you guys speak Spanish and I was like, what the heck? I was like, what are they? 'Cause I thought you guys were just white, to be honest.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you get that a little bit, quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's super cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
marine biology, no
Yes.
go.
No
Then
go. Yes.
you turn 12 or you're around 12 and you found teaching as kind of a calling based on your mom,
And
huh?
yeah, not, I mean, 12, but then as I got older, teaching runs in our family. So my
Oh,
cousins are teachers as well. So I think just by having that background and also just going into their classes and observing, I said, you know what, I think I would want to do this, to pursue this.
hmm,
And I started
interesting.
observing more classes. Yeah.
So, high school, done with that.
Yes.
You went straight to CSUN from high school, or
Yes, I did. Straight to
oh,
teaching. It
okay.
took me a while to graduate, but
Yeah, don't even
it's
get
okay.
me. People have heard my episode. You graduated. You're good.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I had some
Yes.
curveballs thrown my way. Yeah,
And
good old.
I it actually, you know what? I lived in South Carolina for 2 years.
You did.
My freshman and sophomore year of high school. And then we came back to California, my junior and senior year of high school.
Aha. Why? What
Mhm.
happened in South Carolina? What brought you out there?
Um, my mom, my mom said that public schools over there are better than over here. So
Oh,
she
okay.
wanted a better education for us.
Huh. What part of
Yes.
South Carolina?
Lexington, South
Lexington.
Carolina.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
The only South Carolina I've been to physically is Hilton Head. Okay, so you came back, you got over to CSUN, and how was CSUN? Was there more revelation of this teaching bug that
Um,
you had in you, or were there other things that you kind of sparked your interest? I know when I was there, I thought I wanted to do a thing, and then you start meeting people and connecting and sometimes finding out about other gigs, and it's kind of like, oh well, wait a minute. Did you have any pivotal moments?
I did. I wanted to become a meteorologist.
Really?
Yes,
Okay, you wanted to be on Good Day LA. I get it.
I did. I did. I wanted to become, and I said, "Oh my goodness, this would be fun." You get to meet people and, um, just weather-wise. But then again, something just took me back to teaching. I don't know, it just took me. I actually didn't want to be a teacher
You didn't
because
want to.
I did not want to, like, when I reached college, I said, no, I don't think I'm going to pursue that because of how much work we have to take home and lesson planning.
Right.
I saw my mom go through it. So
Right.
that's the reason. But then something always took me back to teaching. I don't know what
You,
it was.
you, I I feel that because for me, refrigeration, HVAC, that's the same relationship I have with that. Something always brought me, but my dad did it. My brother does it. My dad has gotten, I won't say all of my friends, but a lot of my friends' jobs through the union. And I mean, there's not to put my dad on some kind of like super duper pedestal, but he's like one of the Jedi Knights of California, local 250 union.
That's cool.
As far as a lot of people know him, I'll leave it at that. And if he says, "Hey, this guy's good, let him in and train him," you're in. And years ago, it used to kind of be now the industry is so jacked up where they're just letting anybody in. They're just hoping to get someone who's willing to work with their hands. But it wasn't always like that. It was kind of elite where they chose you, kind of like a fraternity kind of thing. And I thought it was goofy, but that's because it's my dad. But yeah, no, I get that where you didn't necessarily want to do it, but something kept kind of drawing you to it. I would imagine part of you was so familiar with it, that familiar side of it probably took some of the fear away from it, the unknown, and it's kind of felt comfortable to you, huh? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's when I actually went back into the classroom in my 20s, and I said, you know what, I think I do want to do this. And I think that's when I started to just take classes in child development.
Okay, so what year did you graduate and become a full-fledged teacher with a whipping rod, beating bad children?
Gosh, when did I graduate? Oh my gosh, it took me forever, but I did graduate. Was it 2003?
Oh, 03, good year. Yeah. Good year, 03.
Yes.
A lot of good music, a lot of good.
Like great music.
03, I don't know. I'll get off my old man soapbox, but anyhow.
Great, but honestly, great music back then.
Yeah, no,
so
good,
true.
Good times. So, how does it go? So, this podcast, it isn't just for reminiscing and telling me what you want it to be. There's young people that will be listening to this, anywhere from 16. We're kind of getting more of a high school following, as well as my old friends and everyone in between. And my heart for this is that age, like what we're talking about, like you didn't want to teach, at least you didn't think you did. And I imagine it sounds like you were around 19-ish, 20-ish. Yeah, that age, nobody tells people, at least they didn't for me, what to expect to be thinking at that age. Like, it just seemed like everyone ahead of me, I'd hear that a cousin or a friend, a family friend, oh yeah, they're going to USC and they're doing da-da-da-da. And it's like, damn, they already got their ducks in a row, man. What's wrong with me? I don't even know what I want to do. Like, you got to pick something, Keith. And so this podcast, the reason I say all that is you graduate college, there's somebody listening to this that's going to go, oh, she's a teacher. Oops, I think I kind of gave it away. She is a teacher, folks. Because I was supposed to ask, what do you do now? What do? You graduate college and then a week later you apply and now you're teaching kids? How does it go?
Yeah. So I actually, I applied for the district, Los Angeles Unified School District, and it took a while. So before that, I was at a private school, at a Montessori school.
Oh, okay. What year? What year is this?
Montessori, I was I think it was 2000. I started in 2001 working at a Montessori school in Northridge. It's called Casa Montessori. And I was there for about maybe 3 years. And then I applied for the district, Los Angeles, and I got a job. It's much easier back then, I believe, like in hiring wise. So I got a job through the district, And I started, it's been 18 years.
Wow, 18 years.
18 years. Hmm.
And what grade do you
And
have you taught the same grade the entire time or
for 18 years I have, but before that I did sub for third grade for about a year, third graders at a public
mm,
school. And it was really fun. It's pretty cool. But something led me, like I said, back to the little ones, which is my 4.5-year-olds preschool. And I've been teaching 4.5-year-olds for 18 years.
18
And
years? We got to
yes,
wait. We can't graze over this. There's there's parents that will remain nameless, people I know very close to me, that would love to give away their 4.5-year olds for 8 to 10 hours a day, every day.
that's what it is, 18.
Now, the idea of 18 years of teaching 4.5-year-olds,
Hmm.
you're the amount of perspective you have not only on the age but on the parents. You got to have some interesting stories.
Oh yeah,
You've
totally.
seen some stuff, I'm sure, because at that age they are super honest.
Oh, really honest.
Golly, the amount of innocence. What first off, what draws you to the 4.5-year-olds? There has to be something that you haven't switched up or felt like, hey, maybe I want to do fifth graders or something of that nature.
Um, I just feel like I have the opportunity to, I mean, I can design my own lesson plans with any grade, but for some reason, this age group, I'm able to design these engaging lesson plans, like about different teaching methods, which we can do in other grades, but like visuals, and auditory and kinesthetic, which hands-on exploration, and it's fun and 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 it's not boring. Like every day is different with preschool. Their curiosity and learning and involving within themselves as well, and having them become independent and solving problems within the activities that they do every day. Like I'm not there solving their own problems, they're solving their own problems. I mean, I would be there if necessary, like I'm around them, but they're having conversations, they're learning about one another, they're learning to share. And I like seeing that and their growth at the end of the year. And I do see it in elementary as well, but for some reason, these little ones, I feel like they need it more. It's that foundation they need first before they go into elementary.
You like setting up the foundation for them.
Yes,
That's awesome.
yeah,
And I'm
I do.
sure 18 years, you got big people coming back to visit you, maybe, huh?
They have actually.
That's got to be
I think,
freaky.
yeah, it was like actually 4 weeks ago. I had twins in my class. I mean, one was in my class, and then the sister was in a different class, and they came back to say hi. And they're 16 years old right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that's
pretty.
big for them. That's got to be, I'm thinking on your side, so gratifying that people think that much of you. Like, we have to go back and see Miss Douglas.
Yes,
That's cool, man. That's really
it is.
cool. I know I'd be blown away if someone really wanted
Yeah,
to come see Keith Bowers. I'd be like, for real?
yeah, it's pretty neat. It's. I mean, they're taller than I am, so these kids are just giants. I mean, I feel short,
Yeah, I believe
but
that.
yeah, and it's just, it's I really love what I do. I can say that, and not a lot of people can say that. I really
Oh,
love
it's
what I
so
do.
rare, man. It is
Yeah,
so
and
rare. But that's awesome. That's awesome. So
yeah,
18
it's
years doing it.
we have 20 students, but we work with an inclusion classroom. I'm not sure.
What does that
Um,
mean?
that means with special needs. So it's
Okay.
Gen Ed with special needs, and we work together as a combined classroom with a special ed teacher, special ed aide, myself, which is a Gen Ed teacher, and my other two Gen Ed aides. So
I see.
it's awesome. It's pretty awesome. We're a good team.
I see.
Hmm.
So special needs, how deep does this go? I have a family member, child that is my niece, that has autism. And, it's for me, for our family, this is a first. So I'm still learning how this goes. How many special needs kids do you have in that inclusion situation?
We have 10.
Oh, you
Right
have,
now we have 5, but it's 10 max. Yes.
wow.
So it just depends. It can be from speech to autistic, but we work together in planning a great lesson plan for the students, all students, and just have them just talk to one another and get to know each other. And it's pretty cool to see that. And it's a learning environment where all the students are valued and respected.
That's awesome. That's
Hmm.
awesome. I'm curious. Okay, now I'm curious. I have to ask.
Go
Like
ahead.
ask a cop. I'm going off script here because I have all these thoughts that I never asked teachers. What time do you start and finish your job? Like we, as a kid, and this is just my own dumb ignorance, and I'm sure there's people that are going, "Stupid Keith, come on, fool." But you come to work. When does your shift start? If that's the proper phrase, shift, proper word, start and stop. Like when is it quitting time?
So it's 7:30 until 3:30.
So you're driving off at 3:30.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm
don't.
asking. It's just like what time?
I'm saying that's the schedule, but I stay late and I come early too. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
What's Becca's
mine it's like
schedule?
7:15 until sometimes 5.
Bananas.
Yeah, it's because I want to leave things ready for the next
No,
day.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome, but
yeah.
that's a lot of hours. Funding wise, are you coming out of pocket for stuff? I know at the school my daughters were going to, the parents were really good about bringing school supplies. It got to a point every year we just go, "What do you need?" And we need markers, we need this and that, and we would just load up boxes. They're probably still using those markers. Are you coming out of pocket for a lot of that stuff as a teacher
Uh,
today?
I used to, but not anymore.
That's
I
good.
don't, yeah, I don't do it anymore. I actually ask parents through this site called Class Dojo.
Oh, that sounds
Yes,
familiar.
yes,
Yeah, I think that was out back when. I don't
yes.
remember, man. Once you move on, it's delete, delete, delete because now you got marching band and chorus and all these different things for high school, and yeah, you can't keep it all in.
It's it's pretty much how we ask parents if they can donate markers, like you said earlier, or glue sticks, paper. So we use that site to ask for things or just put up other things that we need. So,
All
but they're
right,
pretty cool. The parents are pretty cool about it. They ask at the beginning of the year.
that's cool. That's
Hmm.
cool. Do you see
Hmm.
yourself retiring at the school you're at, like teaching the same age kids? Like, do you have any, I don't want to say
So
endeavors, but you know what I mean? Like, do you see yourself as a principal, or like, is there a role that you see you can make a bigger impact that you didn't know about before you got in, where you kind of, not today, but maybe further on in
I
life?
I do. I actually for the state of California, you have to pass these certain tests. I don't know if you ever heard of them. It's like the CSET and the CVEST, and so I just passed them, and that's for me to go into elementary because I couldn't go into elementary, so I might be doing that in the fall of this year.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm. So
So,
I might go ahead.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. So I might consider doing that, but a lot of like people have been telling me that I should become a principal within the preschool setting, but I don't know yet. I am not sure yet. I still like the classroom, or a coach. So coaching teachers.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. You,
Mm-hmm.
18 years, you know your stuff. As with 4.5 year olds, I remember 4.5. Both my kids and nieces and nephews, that's a busy age. My grandmother was a principal of a school. She's passed a long time ago, but yeah, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I was just curious if you kind of, look toward the future and have certain little goals where you, oh, I shouldn't say little, but goals where you say, oh, I can see myself in that role for the future.
I I might. I do. I do. I have
Coaching
some
teachers,
goals.
that's cool. I mean, that's the,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fun.
some consulting money in there, huh? Okay, so I have a few questions that I ask most, maybe not everyone, just depends. And they're all light-hearted questions. I might have mentioned this before we started taping. First question. So picture the scene.
Hmm.
You run into your 18-year-old self. You just happen to, we're a fairy tale, okay? You're at the gym, you turn a corner, you see 18-year-old Rebecca Douglas, and you go, hey, you have one moment to talk to them. What would you tell them? You don't have to change a thing, but what advice would you give them for the future? You know how life can go for them, for yourself. But what would you tell them?
I would say that, you know, uh, move forward, keep always moving forward, no matter what. Um, and learn to let go of things. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna be okay at the end.
Let go of things. What do you mean there?
Like, if things come your way unexpected, and just to just to let go of them, and if there's like, if you can't find that solution, then just, it'll be okay, that you could just let go of that, whatever it is,
I see
because
what you're
maybe,
saying.
yeah, maybe in the next month or so you'll figure it out. It doesn't have to be right then.
Right.
It's hard, but like I even tell 16-year-olds sometimes, or 18-year-olds, it's going to be okay, but it's hard to think that way as a 18-year-old.
Yeah, no, there's so
It
many
is.
choices they're telling us
Yes.
that we have to make, and what you do now will mark the rest of your life and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff. That's true if you're trying to lead a life of crime,
Yes.
but is one of the most unfair statements because as I got older, I started realizing like, no, I can totally turn around and go to school for this. When I was
Hmm.
say 23, 24, it's like I did not have to pick something at 18. Like, I mean, it helps, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no, you didn't have to figure it out. I had a lot of roadblocks with
Hmm.
you know, choosing majors and thinking I wanted to go this route versus that route and what happens if this doesn't work out. And like you said, like sometimes it's cool to just enjoy the ride because it's going to work
Yes.
out anyway.
Yes.
And there isn't enough of that talk for young people. Still means you got to
No.
put your hand to something and work at it.
Right.
You do have to walk through a door and go that route. But
Hmm.
yeah, don't stress about it. I totally agree. I totally
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, this is like totally off the topic, but like, at 18, I lost my mom, and so it was like a huge, like a it was something really big in our lives. And of course, if you lose your mom at 18 years old,
My gosh,
and
yeah.
but at the end of the day, it was hard, but I always will say, stick with people, with positive people. Have positive people around you.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a plus.
if you don't mind me asking, how'd you lose your mom?
Oh, she died of cancer. She died of
Oh,
cancer.
okay.
Yeah, she died of cancer.
I'm
So
sorry to hear that.
oh, it's okay. It's all good.
I remember you saying
Sorry.
that. Now, I'm playing coy because of the podcast, but I knew you had told me before that you had lost your mom.
Yes,
And I
yes.
remember saying this years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And you, both of you guys, her sister, twin sister, said at the same time, oh no, it's cool. And I'm like, what? All right, that you don't be that cool with it. Like you said that, oh no, it's cool. It's fine. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But I always say, like, actually, mom taught us, always surround yourself with positive people and people that are, just are motivated, like to yeah, let's go do this,
I
or,
agree.
like accept an invitation from a friend, yeah, maybe I should go,
Right.
so like things like that.
Right. No, I
Hmm.
totally agree. I totally agree.
Hmm.
Was she your biggest influence growing up?
Yes,
It sounds
she
like
was.
it. I usually
Yes.
ask people, who is your biggest influence? But it seems like a dumb question because everything keeps kind of riding back to your mom.
Yes, she
And I
totally
think
was.
that's awesome. I think that's
Hmm.
awesome. One question I forgot to ask you. What's the hardest part about your job, would you say? It's probably too broad
Adults.
of a question. But what'd you say, adults?
Yes.
Uh-oh, my baby ain't
Yeah.
done nothing. What you talking about?
Not the kids. Kids are easy.
How dare you? My kid is not a booger eater. I don't know.
Um, the adults, just I work great people. But adults are the hardest, different personalities.
You're
Um,
talking about parents, right?
yes,
Or you're
parents,
probably,
parents,
I don't
and
know if you're not allowed to say parents or what. I don't know what the rules are.
it's
I
okay.
hold cops and teachers in the same boat. Like, I feel like
It's
there's a
okay.
secrets that you guys have agreed. We don't let this out. We'll tell them this much, but that's it. Like, so.
It's all good. It's all good. It's sometimes parents, or adults that you work around with.
Hmm.
So it's it's a challenge, but I think you learn through the years on what to take in and just what to let go of, like let go of it, because
Pick your battles, so to
yes,
speak.
exactly, exactly. You learn how to choose your battles. Exactly, Keith. That's
I
what I meant to
understand
say.
that. I understand that.
Hmm.
It's funny. And no offense to anyone prior on the podcast, I don't think I've had anyone, and I'm looking at my questions. I don't think I've had anyone who truly, please do not send me emails and text messages, people. Oh, no, I have one person, Frank. He loves what he does. When someone loves what they do, a lot of my questions fall by the wayside. Like, oh, what drives you? And all these things. I'm like, hey, Dodo, she's been talking about that the entire time. I know it. You love what you do. I have some silly questions that kind of tell me who you are. Would you rather meet your great great grandparents or great great grandkids?
Great great grandparents
Interesting.
to know what's up. Like it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, to know where you came from and
Yeah.
you know. Well, and see that's another level to this podcast. And it's the reason I chose to keep it clean. There's a percentage of friends and people who are like, "What? Well, I like to cuss," and I'm like, "Well, dude, this isn't your podcast." And here's the pitch, and I tell people this: for most normal non-celebrity people, no one's ever going to say, "Tell me your life story." Usually, there will be a lengthy paragraph that someone reads at your funeral, and you won't get to hear it. It's just those are the facts. I
Hmm.
mean, just at least for what I've seen in my life, no one's ever stood up, at Thanksgiving dinner and said, "You guys need to hear my life story." It's weird, right? So, um, you know, so when I was trying to decide what I was going to do as far as a podcast, I said, I want to keep it clean. I kind of want to help people. That's kind of the goal. And then I just had this epiphany of, we've all looked in photo albums. For you young people, photo albums are these books with laminated pages where pictures are behind them from the 60s, 70s, and any other decade. And some of these people in the pictures, you don't know who they are, but you see them in 5 or 6 pictures, and you'll ask your parents or you'll ask an aunt, who is this lady? And oh, that's your Aunt Clara or whoever. And it's like, oh, she was funny. And you have to take their word for it, or, oh, she was mean or whatever it is. I thought with the podcast, I said, we live in a digital age. I don't know what the next age is going to be, but I believe anyway, unless there's a movement to destroy all media, one day you're going to be, and Jen's going to be, the ladies in the pictures. And your great grand nieces and nephews or whoever it is, people you don't even know exist yet, are going to go, who are these ladies? Why are they always together in the pictures with gym clothes on? What did they do? Like,
So true.
And my sappy, whatever you want to call it, is someone will be able to say, well, no, Google her name or whatever they're going to call it by then. And this podcast episode will pop up because your name will be on it, and they'll be able to hear who you were, what your thoughts were. I think it's awesome.
Cool.
I've always said with my own kids, I go, our kids' generation is the first generation. Now, we had camcorders back in the day, but the tapes, it's physical media, right? So it rots and all that good stuff. Digital, my kids, for instance, their great-great-grandkids will be able to see their great-great-grandmother walking for the first time as a baby. Like, that's freaky. Like, I could never imagine seeing my great-great-grandmother walking as a baby. Like, so why would I create a podcast where we're throwing F-bombs and we're talking about people we used to hook up, like, oh, we party so hard? Do you really want that to be your legacy? Years from now, that's what you want to be known for, because that's all they're going to know, unless you write a book about your life, which most people won't. That's all they're going to know is this one episode, this story, if they even have the gall to listen to an entire 50-minute thing. With the way things go now, people's attention spans are so short. TikTok. But that's the reason I keep everything clean. And I tell people, I go, hey, this is your legacy. This is your chance to tell your story of who you are and who you've been. It's your own rules. We go as deep as you want to go or as light as you want to go, and it helps that I don't know everything about you, because I probably ask you. But
no, it's awesome, Keith. Thank you for this.
No,
awesome.
yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. You guys still go to Northridge Gym, huh?
I do.
Oh,
I do,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
My
Jen.
sister doesn't. Jen does. She lives in Santa Clarita, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I miss Santa Clarita. I really do. I kind of miss the Valley too. I miss the food. We don't.
Oh yeah, the food.
Man, we don't have good Mexican food. And
Did you know Melody? Remember Melody?
Melody, no.
No.
Well,
What Mexican food that you're
wait,
referring
say
to?
what now?
What Mexican food are you referring to in the Valley? Which one?
Oh,
Like, what
El
restaurant?
Tacoyama.
Oh yes.
Oh man, I have to. And it's funny, when you move away, you forget. Like, there's streets that I have no reason to remember them because I didn't know anybody that lived on them. But streets like Wilbur, Lurline, like I could just call out. But then it'll take me 20 minutes to remember Reseda. And I'm like, whoa, like, or what street was Northridge Mall on? And it was on DeSoto. And I'm like, no, 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 I remember DeSoto. Yeah, no. But yeah, El Taco Yama.
That's funny.
In Santa Clarita, there's a place, Las Delicias. I was there. I lived in Canyon Country. I was there every weekend pretty much. The guy knew my voice. I'd order the same thing every time, 5 El Pastor tacos with everything. And he'd go, oh, okay, I know. Like he would always go, oh, yeah, 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 I know who you are. Okay, cool. And I'd do, all right, I'll be there to pick it up. It's before DoorDash. But
That's
yeah, no,
funny.
Tommy's, In and Out, like, and the sad part is when I lived there, aside from I ate the Mexican food every week, but Tommy's, In and Out, almost never ate it because I was, and I still am, like I eat healthy food, so I don't let myself eat that way for the most part. But you know, you take it
I,
away and you don't have access to it, all of a sudden you really, really want it. But
yeah, it's true.
I don't
I
know.
I never had Tommy's, but I've had In and Out.
You've never had Tommy's?
Never,
Yeah, you guys
never.
don't strike me as chili burger people. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I don't know why. Yeah,
never.
Tommy's, I mean, if you didn't grow up eating it, I don't think you can get turned on to it later in life. It's probably not as good as, and I know there's people that would like to line me up for a public slapping, but it's just the truth. Like, it's good if you grew up with it. There's certain foods where, you know, hey, if you grew up with it, you love it. If you didn't, I don't see what the hype is. I don't see what it's all
Yeah.
about. I know there's things on the East Coast like that over here where it's small places where I'm like, this is what you guys were talking. Well, if you, we used to eat this in high school and it was a big deal, you know, I don't know. But we do have Waffle House though. People love that over here. I'm sure you guys have been to Waffle House. You guys have family in Florida, right?
Yeah, we do. I have fun. Yeah, I actually just came back from Florida.
Oh, what
Um,
part of Florida is your family
they
mostly?
live in Boynton Beach.
Boynton Beach. What
Yes,
part?
it's like near West Palm Beach, like an hour from
Oh,
Miami. About an hour from
okay.
Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that area. I know that
Hmm.
area. We just
Yes.
went to Miami was it last summer? No, 2 years. Dang, it's been almost 2 years. Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I like
nice.
the East Coast, man. You know,
It is nice.
I was in California my entire life, and it's not that I hate California. I love California, but it's so cool to finally physically see other places. Like I want to go to Philadelphia, you know, run up the stairs like a dork, like
Me
Rocky.
too. I totally want to do that. I haven't gone that there yet.
Yeah. I've had friends that have gone to Philadelphia, for instance, and, you know, I forget the names of was it Geno's, I think, the Philly cheesesteak place. I'm just thinking of the
Yeah.
Boys to Men video. And
Quite some that video.
yeah, like,
It's
well,
funny.
there's that, and then there's a place
Yeah.
across the street, and my buddy's like, to be honest with you, both places are trash. California buddy, my buddy Edwin, that I was in the apprenticeship with. What's up, Edwin Ortega? He's like, these places are gross. I was like, really? No. He goes, I know. I thought it would be really, really good. But you know who has the best Philly cheesesteak? I'm like, who? Subway. I'm like, Subway? He goes, but if you say it like these people, everybody's lined up for it. And he goes, it's just so cheap, but it's just tradition, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy's is kind of that way, I believe. But I still jack some Tommy's up, man. I tell you. I don't have anything cool like that in my immediate area. We have, I think, 4 or 5 fried chicken places right down the street from me, all in the same intersection, and McDonald's. So there's a lot of staying on the straight and narrow with the diet based on that. A lot of wings, a lot of
A lot
wings.
of wings.
Yeah,
Funny.
but
Good.
anyhow, I
It's a,
appreciate you coming on. We're going to go ahead and close this out
yeah.
because Miss Becca is chilling in her car. She's so dedicated. She wanted to make sure this was soundproof. And
Yes,
I'm a bit of an audiophile. I appreciate that. You'd be amazed
of
how many
course.
people like to talk to me on speaker with the wind blowing. And when I go, can you take me off speaker? Well, I'll tell you to take me off speaker if we're just talking normal, because I hate the feedback. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I appreciate the short notice too. You're like, yeah, that's cool. Let's do it. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Anytime I get to catch up with friends, you're not a stranger. So this is my secret excuse. I always say to catch up with friends and just chat. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you want to, I don't know. What do? You want to put your social stuff out there? Yeah. You don't have to. You want to pass out your card for consulting, doing teaching or whatever? Teaching?
I mean, if anyone's ever out in California, I mean, I work for the district. It's Canoga Park Early Education Center, and you can always come visit. If you're going to live here in California, and
right,
or just come by and check out the school.
Yeah,
it's a really cool
come by
school.
And say hi. If there's any young person that's listening to this, she's a great resource if you want to hit her up. If you got questions and like, what's the next step? What's the reality? Like, that was one of the reasons you're the first teacher I've had on. And it's the reason I wanted to have a teacher on, because that's one of those jobs where, there's myths attached to it. Not bad necessarily. Well, you guys, underappreciated, and, it's tough. And I heard you have to stay there till 7, 8 p.m. That's why I asked a question about what time do you check out? And it sounds like it's very rewarding to you, minus the adults. But yeah, no, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Well, hey guys, thank you for listening. You guys drive home safe. If you enjoyed this episode or you enjoy the show, please leave a comment. I believe you can leave comments on Spotify. We're on Apple, iHeartRadio, anywhere you find podcasts, YouTube, we're on it. Go in, hit subscribe, search Grow Up Already, hit subscribe, and every week, shooting for every week. I'm back on track after the holidays for episodes. We kind of took some time off. I went to Destin. I had surgery. There's a lot of stuff that happened over the holidays. Good stuff, though. But we're back on track. It's a new year, and we got some more exciting episodes coming up. And this was just one more of them with Miss Becca Douglas. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.